Guitar friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have an in-depth look at my pedal board. Lee Van Cleef, this one's for you. Okay, so it's been a while since I made this board. It's a Pedaltrain Classic Jr. Some of you might have seen the video where I put this one together and I velcroed and cable tied the wire to the board and I put everything else on there. Since then it's had a few changes, so I just wanted to update you. I've also done a number of gigs with it and wanted to talk to you about how I use it in a live function. The board, as I said, is a Classic Jr. It's powered by a Cioks DC5, which is underneath the pedal board. You can see a video of how I screwed that onto the board. Okay, so starting off we have the Boss Chromatic tuner, the TU3. It's the most important pedal on your board, so it's important to have a good one. This is used by artists throughout the world. It's on so many pedal boards, both the TU3 and the TU2 before it. So I'd really get yourself one if you haven't got one. It acts as a mute as well. There, and it's just really clear and really a precise tuner. From the Boss Chromatic tuner we are going into the wah. Now recently I've changed my wah. Before I just had the normal Dunlop wah. It's got a reputation for being a bit of a tone sucker. I also realised that I have had that wah for years and years and used it in so many bands, so I thought it was time for a change. I went into Manson's, had a chat with them, and they recommended this one. This is the CAE Bob Bradshaw wah. It has two different phasal settings, a red and a yellow, and that just changes the sound of the wah. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. It's also got a great boost on the side, so you can kick that in for your solos. From the wah we are actually then going into the Phase 95 by MXR and then into the Boss CU2 Waza chorus pedal. You're probably asking yourself, oh, why have you got your modulation effects before the drive? Well, in this case I tried it both ways, and I did use the phaser after the overdrives for a long time, and I tried it before and I actually did prefer it. The CE2 Waza also has a slight boost in it, and when I put it after, you put it on, it was just a bit too much. So I've put it before the overdrives, and that slightly lessens the boost of the chorus. It's a different sound. I suggest you try them before and after. People like Eddie Van Halen famously used his phaser before his overdrive. So give it a try and you might like it. I've got that pedal show to thank for that, because they inspired me to try things in different order, and I tried it this way and I actually prefer it. So from the Phase 95 and the chorus, we're then going into the Tube Screamer Mini, which I use as a boost, which gives me more drive, and then into the OCD, which is a kind of nice clean mid kind of drive sound. Put them on together and you've got a bit more fatness. Then we've got the Dyna Comp, the classic MXR Dyna Comp for some compression. Then we have an MXR Tap Tempo, which is going into the Flashback 2. I'll show you that in a bit. Then we have an amazing pedal. I love this pedal, the SubNup by TC Electronic. So let's go through the board. Of course, you all know what a chromatic tuner does. It's a bit cold in here, so just use it to check my tuning. So I'll show you the clean tone first. I normally have the Dyna Comp on to give it that funky compressed sound. So that's just my straight ahead clean tone, just with a bit of compression on. Compression is almost like overdrive for your clean tone. It can really bring out those pick attacks, and for funk stuff, country stuff, it's great. If I really want that 80s kind of sound, I'll throw on a bit of chorus. So that's the chorus with the clean tone. I'll show you a bit of phase. Obviously you can change things on this phaser. I can put the script on. And the phase 45 setting. So almost gives you that rotary kind of effect. Another effect I really love is on the CE2 Waza. This is such a great pedal. If you put it over to this setting, it gives you the tremolo side of the CE1. So that's the tremolo effect on the CE2 Waza. It's such a great pedal. I normally have it on the CE1 setting, so I can get that kind of chili pepperish kind of tone. And of course, you can always put a bit of delay on the clean sounds, which is also great. Let's go for a bit of delay and a bit of chorus. Okay, so onto my drive sounds. I normally have the OCD on. So that's the OCD just by itself. I can mess around with the drive, sometimes have a bit less drive and back it off. Have something like this. So that's the OCD. It's such a great pedal. Sometimes I have a bit more drive if I'm doing something like this. it's such an awesome pedal. Even with a bit of drive or a bit more drive, it's just really versatile. I normally have it about there. You can also put it on the high peak setting, which gives you a bit more of a martially tone, but I normally have it on low peak. When I need a bit more drive for heavier riffs, I kick on the Tube Screamer as well. And it really gives me those heavier bits if I want to boost into an intro or something like that. Also, if I want to boost the drive a little bit more and just give it a little bit more clarity, I can always kick on the Dyna Comp. And for those super heavy sounds I need, I'll just kick on the let's boost that a bit. So that's probably the heaviest tones I really need. I only need it for like big heavy intro. Another thing I do with the drive is shove a bit of chorus on, really get those frusciante kind of tones. And of course the wah with the overdrive. And if I change over to the red phasal setting on the wah, you get a bit more of a, well, I'll show you. Really good for those heavier. But I normally have it on the yellow setting, which is the, you know, that kind of standard. And let me just show you the boost. Now, if you tap this little setting here with your foot, that will give you a boost on the wah. So let's go to the SubNup. The SubNup is a polyphonic octave generator. It has 3 different settings. First up is the polyphonic, which means you can play chords. So I use it to beef up intros. It's great, and so is the classic mode. Let me show you that. So that's the classic setting, which isn't polyphonic, so you can't play chords with that one. Sounds a bit weird. In the middle we have the famous tone print setting. Now if you don't know what tone print is by now, you have been living in a cave. So in this tone print setting I have the polyphonic organ generator, which sounds like this. It's really cool. This is what it sounds like with a bit of compression. With a bit of drive. With a bit more drive. So the organ setting is great. We do a track in our set called Use Me by Bill Withers, which is an organ sound. I normally use it for that. And the last thing on the board is the Flashback 2 by TC Electronic. A great delay pedal. It replaced the MXR carbon copy, which I had on my board for a long time. I love the carbon copy. It was so great. Unfortunately, it didn't have tap tempo, and I needed tap tempo because I wanted to start using delays with drummers. And it's so easy if you have a tap tempo, just to drummers playing along. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that changes the tempo. Hello there, ukulele friends. Today I am going to show you the C chord. Once I knew a friend, he had a little tiny mouse. Now, today I am going to teach you how to play the ukulele. You get your fingers, you place them lustily, and then you do this. I shall now show you in slow motion. Ready? Catch up. get that? Good. Tune in next week for lesson 2.